Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert. Today we're going to show you how to do this. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert. Today we got the board behind us again here. Going to be doing some more residential wiring. I think this is part 4 of the residential wiring and techniques video here. Today we're going to be talking about 2 3-way switches and a 4-way switch in the middle. We're going to be controlling the light at 3 locations here, but if you wanted to have, say, 3 or more, you just throw extra 4-way in between the 2 3-ways. So I already got the boxes laid out. We've got the wire coming in, 14-2 coming in from the breaker box to the first device box. We have in between the first device box and the second device box, we're going to have some 14-3 Romex in between those 2 boxes. And over here between the second and the third device box, we're going to have 14-3 as well. And I don't have the sheathing strip back on these yet. I just went ahead and done the boxes and the wire here. We got 14-2 coming out, going up to our light fixture. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and throw a clip on the screen here of the wiring that we're going to be doing today. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video here. Okay, so here we have a print or a drawing of our 3-way / 4-way switch wiring print diagram that we're going to have here. So basically what we have is we have a 3-way, a 4-way switch, and another 3-way switch here. And let's talk about this drawing. This is a pretty complicated circuit for somebody that's new to just go out and wire up. So we're going to talk about this. First of all, we have a sub panel here. It's a 100 amp, 120 volt, 240 volt sub panel with the grounding bar and the neutral bar isolated. Because it's a sub panel by code, we have to isolate those two. We're going to have the neutral coming out, going to our first device box here, and we're going to be using 14-2 coming into the first box. And we're going to have 14-3 in between. So we're going to wire nut the first neutrals together in the first box. Come over the second neutral of the second box. We're going to wire nut these neutrals together. And we're going to come over to the third box and we're going to wire nut these neutrals together. And then from the third box, we're going to come on out with a 14-2 and go to our light fixture. Now we got a grounding wire. It's coming off of our breaker panel, going across here. We're going to have a pigtail coming to our first device box with a attaching to the grounding screw on our light switch here. We're going to come across to the second device box with our 14-3 because we're picking up a red wire here. We're going to come over pigtail and go to the bottom grounding screw on the 4-way switch. Come across the bottom here to the third device box with some more 14-3. And we're going to pigtail and tie into our grounding screw on the 3-way switch. And we're going to come on over to our light fixture box, which is plastic in our situation. And we have a plastic light fixture and a box. So we're not going to be attaching or ground anything here, but it will be in the box for future use. So that leaves us with our black wire coming from our 15 amp circuit breaker, 120 volt single pole. We're going to come down, jump over the green wire here, and go to our common screw, black common screw on our first 3-way switch in the first device box. Then we have what's called our 2 travelers. We have the red wire and the black wire, which we're picking up from our 14-3 in between the light switch device boxes here. So we're going to come over here, we're going to go to our red, with a red wire to our 4-way switch with the black screw. Then we're going to pick up our black wire from our other goat screw. Coming over, jump the red wire. go to our black screw on our 4-way switch. Now on the bottom of our 4-way switch, we have our 2 gold screws here. We're going to take our 14-3 and we're going to take the red wire. We're going to go around the bottom, come over with the 14-3, attach to our gold screw on our 3-way switch. We're going to take our 14-3 black wire from our 4-way switch here. We're going to come over and around. We're going to go up here, go around to our silver screw on our 3-way switch. That leaves us with the other black wire, which is going to be going to our common, which is going to run straight over and go to our light fixture. So I think I covered everything here. We got a 14-2 going from the breaker panel to our first device box. We're going to have 14-3 in between. We're going to have 14-3 in between the second and third. And then on our last device box, we're going to have 14-2 coming back up to our light fixture. So I hope this print makes sense to you guys. I know that this is a pretty complicated wiring if you're especially new into the electrical field. So hopefully this will help some of the new generation coming out. Maybe to help them out. I want to do a video on how to wire up the 4-way switch. I mean, how to troubleshoot it, how it works. And I already have one on the 3-way switch and how it works. I'll leave a link down in the description below for that video if you want to check that out. So yeah, if I did anything, if I missed something, guys, just let me know. If I've done something maybe that you caught that I didn't catch, maybe I done something wrong that's not NEC approved, I guess you could say. Let me know. Drop a comment. But as far as I know, this is a pretty good little print here on how this wires up. So let's go ahead and jump into some wiring. Okay, so here we are at our first device box. This will be the one coming. This is the wire coming in from the breaker panel box here. So I told you if we go into the print, if you look at the print, we have 14-2 coming into this first box, and we have 14-3 coming out, going over to our second box. So I went ahead and already made up the grounding hook here, and that's left us with 2 whites, 2 blacks, and a red. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and, since we got the grounds done, I'm going to go ahead and strip the 2 white neutral conductors here. And we're going to go ahead and wire nut those together in the box. So we'll go ahead and trim a little off of that. Let's go ahead and strip these back. And once we get those 2 white neutral wires stripped, we're going to go ahead and take our lining pliers. Once we get these where we want them here, take our linements, and we're going to start twisting these a couple times just to make sure that they don't come loose. Cap us a wire nut over them and tighten her down just like this. Get her good and snug, that way it won't come off on you. And we're going to go ahead and push it right in the back of the box here. So that being said, we're left with a black. This is our common wire coming from the breaker panel. And then these 2 wires on this other Romex is going to be your 2 traveler wires. So let's go ahead and start with our common here. We're going to strip it back. And we're going to strip back enough to where we can make us a little hook on the end. Okay. Once we get that stripped back, let's go ahead and make us a hook. Just like that. We'll come over here to our 2 traveler wires. Let's go ahead and strip it back. Make us a hook on it. And the same thing with our black traveler. Strip it back here, make us a hook. Okay, so now we have a three-way switch here. We got our black common screw. We got our two gold or brass, whatever you want to consider that, because I always call it gold. So we got our two gold screws for our travelers, common screw, and you got your green grounding screw here at the bottom. So let's go ahead and just do a ground first. Don't know if you guys can see this side. We're going to tighten it onto the ground screw, or black common conductor, I should say. And we're going to go ahead and put it on the black common screw. Okay, so now that we got our white neutral wire shoved back in the box here, we got our common black wire on our common screw, we're ready to go ahead and hook our travelers up. Now, if you notice on the print, we had black coming to the right side and we had red coming to the left side. So that's the way we're going to go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead, take our black traveler, and put it on this brass screw, or gold, whatever you want to call that. Okay, so now we got the black conductor on, the traveler. We'll go ahead and put a red conductor. And there we go. So we got our green grounding screw hooked up. We got a red traveler here on this side. Come over here on the other side. We have our black common screw and our black traveler. So we're ready to go ahead and put this box here together. Okay, so at this point I realized my microphone battery died. So let's go ahead and just put this cover back on. And let's move on to the next box. Okay, so here we are at the number 2 device box. I realized that my microphone battery died and didn't get a lot of audio, so we're going to try this again. I already went ahead and made up the ground conductors, and I went ahead and went ahead and wire knitted the white neutral conductors together and shoved them back in the box. So that leaves us with 2 blacks and 2 reds. These are travelers coming from the first device box. These are going to be the switched leads going over to the third device box. So we got our 4-way switch here. We got a black common screw on the top right and a black common screw on the top left. And we got our 2 gold or brass screw terminals, whatever you want to call those. If you look at the print, we're going to do black, black one side, red, red the other side. So let's go ahead and take care of the grounding terminal first, which is underneath here on the 4-way switch. We have the black common on the top, the black common on the top left. We have the 2 gold or brass screws, whatever you want to call those colors. So let's go ahead and take our black to black and red to red and tighten them down. So go ahead and put the black traveler. And we'll go ahead and put the one coming in from the first switch box, and we'll go ahead and put it on the black common screw. Okay, so we went ahead and got the black common screw, or the common conductor, on the black terminal, common terminal. So let's go ahead and tighten it down. We're going to take this other black conductor, put it on the gold screw or the brass screw here. Let's go ahead and do our grounding conductor here. Put it underneath just like that. Okay. Then we're going to take our two red wires. We're going to put one on the black common screw here. So we got that red wire on. Let's go ahead and put this red conductor on the brass screw. Okay guys, so we got our two red wires on our black common screw up top and our brass screw on the other side here. And we come over on this side. We got our two blacks, one on the common screw, one on the switch, on our brass screw. Let's go ahead and put this switch onto the fixture box. And there's that one. Okay, so now we're here at the third device box. And I hope you guys can see this pretty good. So we have our 14.3 coming from our second device box here. Then we have our 14.2 that's going up to our light fixture. So I'm going to switch sides. Okay, maybe you guys can see a little better from that side. But we got our 14.3 coming from our second device box, and we have our 14.3 or 14.2 going to our light fixture box. So let's go ahead and take care of these grounds first. I'm going to go ahead and go back into the box here, and I'm going to twist them, start twisting them together. I'll take my lineman's, cut off the extra piece. And let me grab a grounding wire nut. So I got our grounding wire nut. We're just going to slip over the grounding conductor. Okay, we're going to take our wire strippers and make us a loop. Okay, we're going to take and do our neutrals next. Let's go ahead and strip us back the neutrals here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take your white wire, our neutral wires, we're going to twist them together. Take our linemen's, give them a couple turns. Take a wire nut. Then we're going to go ahead and push it into the back of the box. Now we got our other three-way here. So we got our other three-way switch. We have our common screw. We have our brass or gold screw, our other brass and gold screw for our travelers. And then we got our grounding screw. So look at the print. We want the load side, which is going up to the light fixture, this black conductor. We want it to go on the common screw. So let's do it first. Let's go ahead and strip this back. Actually, we'll do the grounding conductor first. So let's go ahead and put the grounding conductor on. Tighten it down good and snug. Then we want to take our common, or the one going to the light fixture, Make us a loop. And we want to put it on our black common screw terminal. And that leaves us with our two travelers coming over from our number 2 device box. Let's go ahead and strip those back. Put us a hook on them. Alright, so we're left with our black and red. If you look at our print, we have the red on this side over here. So we're going to go ahead and put this red conductor on this terminal. Then we're going to take the black conductor from our traveler, from our second switch. We're going to put it underneath this screw terminal. Alright guys, so we got our two switched legs coming over from our second device box, and we have our common, which is going up to our light fixture, to our light. So let's go ahead and put this into the box. We're done with that switch. Okay guys, so here we are at our light fixture box. We're going to go ahead and grab our light fixture here. We have one thing we got left is our white wire and our black conductor and our ground. So we got a plastic box here, and we have our fixture that's plastic as well. So we don't have to ground this. We're just going to go ahead and take this grounding conductor, and I'm going to go ahead and stick it back into the box out of the way. Then we're going to take our strippers here, and let's go ahead and strip back these conductors. Okay. If you look at the back of the fixture here, you have these gold screws or terminals, whatever you want to call them, or brass. And you have the two silver. The hot or the line goes on the gold, and the neutral goes on the silver. So we're going to take the neutral conductor, and we'll go ahead and put it on the silver terminal, just like that. And then we're going to take the black, put it on the gold or brass terminal. And put it back up against the box. Okay, so we got our board wired up behind us here. Just to kind of go back, do an overview of what we've done. We've got 3 switches here. We have a 3-way switch, we have a 4-way, and another 3-way. And up top we have our light fixture. We come in on our first device box with 14.2. Come into our first box, and we come out, went over to our metal box with our 4-way. We got 14.3, and then we've also got 14.3 between the second and the third device box. And then we come off of our third device box, which is a 3-way switch, with 14.2 going up to our light fixture. So we're wired up. I do have power on it. Let's go ahead and test these switches. Now, what's cool about this setup is you can have 3 different locations: a living room, a hall, stairs, or wherever, and you can turn either one of these switches on or off, and it will turn the light on or off. If you wanted to do more than 3 locations, all you'd have to do is put one or more 4-way switches in between the 3 ways, and that'll give you more locations to turn the light on and off. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video of how to wire up 3 light switches, 2 3-ways and a 4-way. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If I've done something, maybe I've done it a little harder way, you guys can direct me on an easier way of doing it. Comment, like, subscribe. I ask if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. Really helps us out. Keeps you guys notified when we post new content. Electrical, we like to try to do everything from residential. We want to do, once we get through some of the residential stuff, we want to jump into commercial and industrial. Let me know what you guys like to see. If you like this type of content, be sure to let me know. Until next time, we'll catch y'all later.